Hi everyone, my name is JC of the Mindful Awakening, and welcome to another episode of Mindful Mondays, where we'll be taking a look at the general collective energy for the week of September the 6th to September the 12th. We are going to be using the original Rider-Waite deck for our general tarot messages, clarified by the Light Seers tarot deck, advice pulled from Keepers of the Light Oracle, and a special reading from Warrior of the Light. To start off our week, we have the Page of Cups upright, followed by the Ten of Swords. I think a lot of us are dealing with some type of offers that have not panned out to work out for the long term. Summer vacation is coming to an end. We are now in September, Virgo season. A lot of shifts and changes that are happening, and I think some offers that looked promising in the beginning, towards the end of summer, the beginning of September, we're starting to recognize that it didn't actually bring us the connections, whether in work or in love, that we thought it would bring. So a lot of summer flings I'm getting for some people, breakdowns of relationships, things coming to the surface, to the light in terms of friendships even that haven't made it past the double full moon in Aquarius, through the portals, through these shifts and changes into Virgo season. Some things haven't made it past this period of time. We are going to be grabbing some clarification, so not to worry. Some people may have been going through some tough times in work as well, in collaborations, lack of trust within workplace dynamics, a disharmony within connections in our lives. The interesting thing is it's followed up by the King of Cups. Very interesting. Could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This could also just be this idea that what's needed is not a temporary, a space of moving through your heart, but something that's more long-term. And what I mean by that is not like quick fixes to creating connection, but really going deep into the history of humanity, going deep into, if not our personal relationships, then like worldwide, going deep and really recognizing that love is needed everywhere. Love as an expression, love as in a way to form connections with even strangers, empathy, compassion, understanding, sensitivity towards one another's own belief systems is what I'm getting here. Followed by the Two of Swords upright. Needing to make a choice, being a little bit confused, trying to do the right thing and not necessarily knowing what it is at this point. And I think part of this is also an illusion, because on one hand, I think it doesn't matter which side you choose, things will work out the way that they're supposed to work out. I am a firm believer in that, but more so this idea of being in action that's missing here, choosing to be blindfolded instead of looking to see what's present in your life and understanding that you are actually in control. As much as an outcome can already be predetermined, like your overall destiny is predetermined, I do believe that we're all sent here for a reason, to accomplish some sort of soul goal, which I believe. At the same time, the actions that we take in order to get to this, to get to these spaces, to have these experiences, is really up to us. And if we choose to stay stagnant, there's no growth. We end up going nowhere. And so let's pull some clarification cards to see what this can mean in more detail for our collective. I think it's also good to note that at the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. Just coming out of Leo season, channeling your inner strength, could be dealing with a Leo sign for some of us. This is staying strong through all the changes, through all the shifts, through all of the things that haven't worked out, all of the things that didn't work out that you thought would be a long-term situation that have not been. We have the World card underneath that as well. So this is a karmic situation. The wheel is turning in our favor. a lot of the stuff that we've been prolonging, possibly procrastinating, choices that we haven't been wanting to make, we're being led in a situation now where whatever we haven't specifically chosen, the universe is helping us decide. That's how it works, isn't it? We get all these hints of things that we should be thinking about doing, and then when we ignore them for too long, the world will come in kind of like the tower and present us with a situation that is sometimes uncomfortable, in order to help bring us exactly where we're supposed to be, because we've taken too long to allow ourselves to get there. All right, let's use the Light Seers Tarot to get some clarification for the remainder of the week. Page of Cups shows what we need to know for this Page of Cups. Clarify the Page of Cups. What is this short-term offer of connection? Wow. So we have here the Knight of Wands. We have here the Emperor, and we have here the Two of Swords upright. So the Two of Swords is making a double appearance now. This is wanting to move forward in a passionate way. This is having a plan. This is being determined. This is moving forward with conviction, within connection, and believing that this is going to lead to something positive. And I get like conflicting energy here, because these two cards, this is like very spunky, forward movement, perseverance, not letting anything get in your way, but at the same time, not seeing something for what it really is. Being stuck possibly in an illusion of what you think something is. Now, if this is a personal relationship, some of you may have struggled towards the end of August, beginning of September, seeing personal relationships for what they are, making excuses for friends that aren't really your friends, people who are low-key haters, but they, you know, try to get on your good side. It's like that friend that doesn't clap for you when you're successful or doing well in life. But being so determined to really keep that connection alive, even though deep down you know that there's a choice you have to make regarding this connection. Same thing goes for relationships. So many people dealing with exes. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I let this person truly out of my life, when you're so determined to kind of keep things together? In work as well. Should I continue doing this job with all of these changes happening in the world? What do I believe? Right? Being determined that, no, I'll be fine, I'll be okay, I'll figure it out, but really feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, certain belief systems being challenged now. What do you actually believe with all of the changes taking place in society? Where does your loyalty lie? Does it have to lie anywhere? Feeling stuck, even though you want to move forward with conviction, feeling stuck. With the Ten of Swords, let's see how this connects to the Ten of Swords. No choices have been made, and I think if you've been procrastinating with deciding what to do about a particular situation, clearly with the Ten of Swords here, it has not led to anything prosperous. It's led to some endings, really painful endings at that. Wow, we have the Death card in reverse, the Wheel in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles upright. This to me feels like a blessing in disguise. Although this was a really painful situation, maybe friendships that truly reveal themselves, you realize people don't really have their best interests for you, relationships that have to be let go, breakups, divorces, leaving jobs, family relationships that have kind of just gone through the ringer. For whatever reason, including, again, societal changes that are happening right now. Something is happening to help us see that this is some sort of blessing in disguise. I think you're trying to be positive about this with the Nine of Pentacles upright, trying to see things through a lens of gratitude. Things aren't as bad as they seem, and really counting, you know, every single blessing that you have every day in order for you to get through this really painful time here. You're still going through it. This probably just happened recently, if not recently, if this has been an ongoing thing. You're starting to remove the blindfolds that you've had about this situation and see it for what it is. So even if you've suffered some sort of like epiphany moment, like a tower moment that happened a while ago, I think you're just starting to feel the effects of that tower moment now. You're allowing yourself to see what's actually happened, the people behind these actions. The illusions are gone. The veil is being lifted and you're seeing your situation for what it is, although you are trying to stay positive about it. And that's what makes sense for me with the Death card in reverse and the World card in reverse. The cycle isn't completely over yet because you're still dealing with all of the impacts that these changes have had on you and your life and the relationships around you. Whether in work, in finance, in friendships, family, or in love. Everybody's going through massive shifts and changes right now. It's all affecting us in different ways. The whole point of this, though, is that you're trying to look at things from a gratitude space, which makes sense with the King of Cups coming up. It's like a delayed reaction to something painful, a realization, a painful realization. King of Cups, upright. Wow, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Cups upright, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is exactly what I'm saying. This is having more compassion for yourself, for other people, for moving in life, love first, with your heart open, but also like giving yourself the love that you deserve through self-love. A lot of things like betrayals, heartbreak, people disappointing you, making choices you don't agree with. It's slowly starting to feel less painful. Like I said, I'm getting that this has, whatever thing has gone through the tower moment in your life, it will be different for everybody. This didn't happen yesterday. This happened a while ago. And it's less painful now. And you're finally realizing that there is no choice. You do have to leave some things behind. You need to leave some friends behind, change your mindset about certain things. For some of you, it could even be moving. You might be leaving a job. You're walking away from things that no longer serve you in all aspects of your life after coming to the realization that this thing is not necessarily rectifiable. And what you really need to be doing is focusing on love in general, self-love, healing, empathy, understanding, and releasing these swords that have felt like swords of betrayal for you in whatever aspect of your life that it's affecting you. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Others of you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, with the Queen of Wands in reverse. You're not necessarily ready to start barreling forward into new and exciting things. This is really more of like a realization point, hibernation time, taking a step back and seeing things for what they are so that you can rest, rejuvenate, and then go back up strong. You're not really giving up on yourself. And I'm definitely feeling that here, although it's like slowly waking up from like a nightmare. You know what I mean? Things haven't been great, but you're slowly waking up from this spell you've been under, and you're not necessarily ready to take on life by storm yet, but you're definitely slowly feeling better. Two of Swords, clarify the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords did show up twice. Let's see what else shows up here. We have the Chariot upright, we have the Five of Pentacles upright, and we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Some things that don't make sense to you, like there's nothing that you can do now. Like there's no amount of books, YouTube videos, podcasts, things to do, to consume. You can't do that anymore. Like this will not be solvable by trying to fix things. No amount of research is going to give you the answer to fix the situation. I'm really feeling like it's not about fixing. This is not about fixing. You're not trapped because you don't have enough information. You have more than enough information in order to make a choice. Now it's about leaning more into your intuition, throwing those books out the window, and really paying attention to how you feel on the inside. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Okay, enough of the logic. Because some things are not meant to make sense. And in this particular situation, especially in our world right now, things don't make any sense at all. And it's not meant to make sense. It's just a point of acceptance now. We're at where we're at, and we need to make a choice. So what choice are we going to make? Yes, sometimes these choices that we're going to make will make us feel left out in the cold, make us feel like we're the outcast. Yes, we might be the light workers who are shunned, outcasted in society, misunderstood. We might be the black sheeps of the family. Yes, you may lose friends. Yes, you may lose relationships. Yes, you might be that one in the corner who has no friends. And it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you are moving towards something better suited towards you with the Chariot upright. This is fast movement forward. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. This is balancing of your light sides, your shadow sides. This is seeing situations for what they are. Rip the blindfold off. Okay, this isn't about the research anymore. This is bigger than that. This is bigger than logic. And I think you're starting to see that your intuition, your heart needs to guide you to the right direction, because when you start paying so much attention to information being fed, it doesn't necessarily lead you to where you're destined to go. Take that as you will in whatever circumstances you might be facing. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. All right, can we just get some clarification on the Strength card? So to clarify the Strength card, we have the King of Swords upright, we have the Judgment card upright, and we have the Four of Pentacles upright. Whatever realizations that you have come to over the past few weeks, even the past 2 months or so, about the world, about your friendships, your closest relationships, your romantic relationships, your colleagues, your family, people that you spend a lot of time with, whatever realizations you have made about these situations, you don't need to necessarily make any outward declarations about your following movements. So for example, if you have finally come to a place of acceptance that certain friends that you've had in your life are not necessarily truly supportive of you, they're like the low-key hater type friends, you don't necessarily need to make any announcements that you are taking some space, creating space away from them, and letting yourself move in a different direction. Because at the end of the day, karma is what it is. Judgment card is here. Anyone that has any ill will towards you, they're gonna have to deal with it. Karma will do its own thing. We also have the World card, right, paired with the Strength card. So things are gonna end up working out on their own. You don't necessarily have to go out of your way to make any outward announcements about what your next movements are going to be. Same thing when it comes to work, to family, to exes, love relationships, anything that you may have been facing where you did not want to see it for what it truly is. Now that the veil has been lifted, accept what you see. Cut away the things that no longer serve you. Use the King of Swords energy. Just use your logic, have a balance with your intuition. Don't make excuses. Cut these things out. Start moving away from these situations that drag you down, these low vibrational energies. Keep your movements to yourself and allow karma to do what it will. Can we get some final advice? We're going to pull some final advice from the Keepers of the Light Oracle. Final advice for General Collective for September the 6th to the 12th. One more shuffle. All right, we have here Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. This is moving forward with your heart for the long term. It's all of your movements based out of love, not necessarily because you are expecting recognition or acceptance or anything of the sort. It's just waking up to what's truly in your heart, what you truly desire for yourself, what your true belief systems are, and being okay with the fact that they may be different from the collective or from the majority, being okay with being the black sheep, being okay with the friend that only has few friends and is not part of like a massive group of people. Just being okay and content with who you truly are and moving from a space of love, acceptance, empathy, understanding, compassion for everyone in the world and for the people who don't understand you. We're gonna pull from the Warrior of the Light book. So the way that I've been doing this, shout out to my friend Testament Peace who recommended this book, has been recommending this book for a while. The way that he taught me how to pull from these this text is to just literally flip to a certain page. Wherever your eye lands on, that's the page that you read, and then you read the second page after that. So let's see what messages we have for this coming week. For this coming week, September 6th to the 12th. The warrior of the light behaves like a child. People are shocked. They have forgotten that a child needs to have fun and to play, to be slightly irreverent, and to ask awkward, childish questions, to talk nonsense that even he believes in. And they say, horrified, "So this is a spiritual path, is it? He's so immature." The warrior feels proud of such comments, and he remains in touch with God through his innocence and his joy, without ever losing sight of his mission. The warrior of the light unwittingly takes a false step and plunges into the abyss. Ghosts frighten him and solitude torments him. His aim has been to fight the good fight, and he never imagined that this would happen to him, but it did. Shrouded in darkness, he makes contact with his master. "Master, I've fallen into the abyss," he says. "The waters are deep and dark." "Remember one thing," replies his master. "You do not drown simply by plunging into the water. You only drown if you stay beneath the surface." And the warrior uses all his strength to escape from his predicament. It might feel like you are drowning right now, whether in your own personal circumstances or if you're resonating with this from a worldwide point of view. It might feel like we're all drowning, and trust me, I have certainly felt that way over the past few weeks, which is why I've taken somewhat of a break away from content creation in order to just wrap my own self in as much of my own love and compassion as I can. When we take a look at things and we start nitpicking at every detail, things that haven't worked out, it really is easy to drown in our own sorrows. But I think the message of this week is to remain in a clear headspace and to really believe that everything is happening for a reason, to continue holding space for others as well as ourselves, and to remember that we only drown if we choose to stay in the same predicament. And just like it says here, use all your strength to escape from this predicament. And that might mean mourning the loss of certain relationships. That might mean moving forward from circumstances you never thought you would have to. This might also mean accepting the current state of our world as it is right now, and knowing that we have lifted the veil and we are unearthing a brand new ascended world order, whatever that might mean to you. And I am not going to dig into that because I know it's going to get political, and I'm not trying to get shadow banned off of YouTube. I am just simply saying it is time to lift the veil and see everything for what it truly is in your personal life and the world as a whole. I hope this message resonates with all of you. Thank you so much for your patience and kindness towards me. It's been almost a year now since I started my Instagram page, which eventually evolved into this YouTube channel. So if you've been with me from the beginning, I really appreciate you, and I hope you are all doing well. Sending you my love for the upcoming week. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.